All right, HeroQuest enthusiasts, truly the golden age of HeroQuest. Not only with a reprint, but a full support of the various expansions and some interesting X packs, character packs, adding that aspect to the game. That's something new for HeroQuest. Layered over that is the community. Now, there's an interesting duality with the HeroQuest community in that, yes, the game has been loved and supported for a long time. We're talking, 30 years, something crazy like that. So you've had 30 years of fan content and fan community. But this has been boosted by the fact that HeroQuest literally is a game system. A game system. You can tweak it, you can build it, you can write your own quests, you can mod it. The game is very forgiving and very able to do this. So over the years, you've seen an explosion of fan content, which is interesting because we're making our way through the main campaign right now. No spoilers. No spoilers in this vlog. Yours truly is playing the Overlord, and the players are a little sad-faced right now because we're getting towards the end of it. They're having a blast because it's a mix of D&D players, role-playing gamers. So I'm pulling in some narrative. I'm having the monsters taunt them. I'm doing like my evil Overlord wizard voice, describing the rooms and those aspects. But also I've got two very good, very powerful Wargamers, Battletech 40K. So they know the meta. They understand dice mechanics. I'm playing Wargame tactical. I'm playing the monsters completely tactical. And of course, certain scenarios, the monster mix isn't as effective, isn't as powerful, but there's a couple of scenarios where if you approach it from a wargaming full-on tactica, it's got some bite. It really has some bite. So a little bit sad face, and I'm like, there's nothing to be sad face about. I'm ready for like Overlord HeroQuest the next 5 years. Like we're ready. We've got the Kickstarter stuff, we've got the X packs, and of course the community and fan content is absolutely fantastic. There's more than enough HeroQuest to play. So I say that to frame it because what's interesting, I'm going to pull in for a second a little bit of Battletech meta. If you're not familiar with Battletech, because this is really going to frame the direction I see HeroQuest going. Battletech is a miniature-based game. Sci-fi, giant robots, lasers, missiles, autocannons, blowing stuff up, various factions. And for the longest time, the miniatures were based metal or they were based on early plastic kits. But now Catalyst Game Labs has released and is constantly releasing new miniature models for these mechs. And there's hundreds and hundreds of mechs. You got to be careful with Battletech. Battletech players listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, got a couple of lances, I got 20 mechs, I'm good to go. Then it's like, well, look, it's only another pack, so I'll buy another pack. I get 4 more mechs, and then it's like more and more, and you got like hundreds of these. It's well, that's true of any miniatures game. Hey, that's true of HeroQuest. Can never have enough. Can never have too much. HeroQuest, but I say Battletech because 3D printing has transformed Battletech. The ability to print some of these mechs, or more to the point, Battletech has creation rules, mech creation rules, fully supported, fully integrated. You can take an existing mech and break it down, deconstruct it with the creation rules, rebuild it. People are building their own mechs on paper with the rules in the game, printing out 3D models and bringing that excitement to life. So I'm seeing this with 3D printing. And of course, Facebook groups and other aspects of HeroQuest, I see people making 3D dungeons, additional terrain, add-ons, tokens. I'm there, it looks fantastic. But we're starting to see custom character classes, the ability to 3D print, the ability to scale miniatures, the ability to print out graphics and matching card stock. A friend of mine has a bunch of custom character classes, and he actually has all of the Heroes of the Lance, which I'm working on him. He's working on getting me a set. Heroes of the Lance, Dragonlance, re-imaged for HeroQuest. Printed up, I guess we could say it, printed up in the red plastic. the cards, the artwork matching, printing that out, like kind of a playing card format, it's pretty much spot on. So it's interesting that we've intersect. We couldn't see this in the 90s. You couldn't see this HeroQuest in the 90s. What'd you do for your custom stuff? Pull in some D&D miniatures, pull in some miniatures. You could maybe match the paint design. I mean, you could pull in Games Workshop miniatures, and certainly that would match. But the ability to 3D print, the ability to create custom character classes, and how effective that bolts on and into the HeroQuest system. Wow. I mean, this is amazing. So we have this, I was going to say duality. We have this triplicity of tons and tons of missions, fan content, supported content, big box content, core content. We've got monsters. Now we've got character classes. It's no longer like pick your 4 or pick your 6. Here's like 8 or 9. And what I love about that is, as a board gaming enthusiast, I love big games. I love sitting down with a bunch of players and playing a big game, because everyone kind of brings something to the game. And while HeroQuest is scaled for 4, everyone has a place at my table. So we set up HeroQuest, and well, I should say 5 because someone's playing the Overlord, right? From that point of view, if someone is interested in HeroQuest, it's like, hey, sit down. So we've played 7 or 8 player HeroQuest games, and being able to pull in these characters just with the supported one. I was going to say Kickstarter. Did I say Kickstarter? Pulse started, or the initial release content, to pull those in, to pull these other character classes in, to be able to pull in those aspects of the game. That is really, really interesting. On a side note, how do I scale that up? And we're going to do a vlog. Often it's just double spawn monsters. So if you enter a room and there's a goblin and an orc, if we're going to 5 to 8 players, we just double spawn. Is it perfect? Does it work? It works well enough, but it makes up for it in the fact that we can get in big games of HeroQuest. So truly the golden age. If you're a HeroQuest enthusiast, what do you think about supporting characters? I know we've had the individual packs, but what's coming out with the community and the ability to 3D print, custom print up cards, like, that's bringing a new layer of the game that, other than like maybe 2 years ago, literally around this point in time, you never could have duplicated that in the past.